I'd never come back to the Hells. And here I am.
Fate has a way of pulling us along with or without our approval.
Escaping fate happens to be my speciality.
This place is all entrances and no exits.
A delicious aroma still lingers around the table. Your mouth waters. Just a little.
Creeping, stalking, walking, crawling. I see you.
Perhaps this dinner wasn't to their liking. It seems Raphael is not always the best host.
Another sorry soul come to wander these halls. What do you seek? Despite appearances, this whole house is more of a prison than a parlor. Most here have no choice but to remain. I am one such. This is not my home. But I can never leave. I was an architect in life, a builder of tombs and temples, but mostly of towers. My proudest work reached for the stars and sought to dry Seluna's tears. It was a monument to life and to virtue, and a happy home to my master for many years. Deaths in the family. Happiness rarely lasts a lifetime. When tragedy came, my master fell into darkness and despair. He marshaled a great army to ruin the world and bring all into shadow. I could not let it happen. I sought out the devil, Raphael, and signed an infernal pact with him. He promised to destroy my master's army, and I promised him my soul in return. The devil was true to his word. Fiends slaughtered my master's forces, but he endured somehow and blighted the land. You know my work. Oh, I am glad it endures. Perhaps you also have the misfortune of knowing my master, General Ketheric Thorm. Then my pact, the loss of my eternal soul, it was all for nothing. Then all came to pass as I had hoped, though a century too late for my family and friends. Your actions may have justified the price of my soul. I thank you. Tell me, what became of my pride? What became of Moonrise Towers? I did not think it possible. Thank you. My spirit smiles for the first time in a century. Now go. Finish your business here and leave while you can.
Over here!
When is a door not a door?
When it's a jam jar!
You won't find a way out here. Or a way in. This is the chamber of egress. The portals here crisscross the planes, but they won't open to the likes of you and me. This is how Raphael consults with his clients so efficiently, no matter the time, no matter the place, and it's how he stalks his prey. Oh, there is. If you stare into the portals long enough, your mind starts to do cartwheels and tricks you into thinking you're falling into a horrible, yawning void. It's one of my favorite ways to pass the time. But you have no time to waste, or time will waste you. And what you need from the house is in the archive. Not here!
Away! This is Raphael's chamber pot! Its admirer, its protector, it is my one true beloved. Step aside now. Raphael might return at any time.
An overpowering stench singes your nostrils. Nothing good happened here. Hellfire, the great gift of Mephistopheles.
Sister, welcome. It's so good to see a new face. Plenty. Raphael brings new guests all the time. Some faces don't stay fresh for very long, though. Who am I? I do not know. Who was I? I can answer. A priest. I spent most of my life singing praise to a god who did not listen. 1,000 prayers with no reply. Imagine it. Raphael answered the first time I called out to him. I do not remember. Perhaps they never existed, and I sang my prayers into the void. It was not so much to ask. Not riches or miracles. Just enough coin to keep my family happy and healthy. Raphael delivered, and then I was delivered to him. You look as fresh as the day you arrived.
The rat and the man and the rat, they gnaw at one another. Which one will be the meat and which one will be the tooth? Rats! Where are the rats? I have hands and legs and tail and claws, and I am the rats. I skitter now, best at the litter, and hungry, want victual sweet with a rot. Simpler life, but harder.
Positively wretched. Perfect! Hello again, little mouse. The price for speaking is steep, but I must give warning. Your prize is just ahead in the archive, but you can't take it yet. And even if you could, you mustn't. Trigger the alarm, and Raphael will come swooping home on wings of malice to rip out your soul. In this house, thieves are melted like butter and spread onto toast. Shh. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. I can. I shall. I can. I shall. The archivist is the key, but he's as stubborn as a king and as serious as a heart attack. Exploit his fiddling weakness and make him grovel! Oh no. They hear me. Speak quickly, speak softly. You know how this goes.
You steady your mind and prepare your questions.
Sister, my sister! What have you done? Sold me for soul scraps or meant me for fun? My dearest sister Korrilla is in there too, pretending to browse the collection, acting all nonchalant. She's up to something. She won't let me escape. Not never, ever, never, ever! You can't! There is no hope for hope! Not without the hammer. It can shatter all infernal chains, including those that hold me. I will endure till you find me. Hope always does. And when you do find me, we will rip out their gizzards. But first, go get the hammer. Once you do, the house will bare its teeth, and you'll only have a few minutes to get me out of my prison before Raphael arrives. And then it all comes tumbling down!
The master is very indulgent, Raphael, and I will not let you bring disorder into the archive.
I'm not bringing anything, you little fusspot. I'm just here to watch the story unfold. Well, well, well. Look what we have here.
A guest? Are you a client of the master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
His eyes flicker back and forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized, or it's carved into his eyelids.
Most irregular. The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here. No visitors expected, other than Korrilla Hearthflame and Verilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor. A thousand apologies, O majestic magistrate of the Infernal Court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing. I would prostrate myself before you and kiss your calluses, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places. You do know how Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary. You may examine them, O diabolical dominatrix, but they cannot be removed unless you present a writ of infernal requisition with Article 152 correctly filled out. A fine pair of gauntlets that allow the wearer to twist the head from even the most resilient malingerer. An amulet that causes the blood to surge and the heart to swell, along with other parts. Most invigorating. And awaiting installation, we have secured a rod that gathers the weave around it in great quantities, just as surely as shit gathers flies. Most droll, Inquisitor. As you well know, the crown of Casus is lost. Stolen from Mephistopheles by gods kissing mortals. My master certainly had nothing to do with any of that business. An exquisite and most unique artifact. crafted with materials hewn from the depths of the hells by Raphael's Merrigan labor force. As it was created by Raphael himself, we have no documents of procurement, nor do we require any. But if you wish to examine the artifact itself, you are more than welcome. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know. I suggest you wait until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
You done with the rat? Can't resist the faintest hint of a temptation, can you? I suppose that makes two of us. That little disguise Hope gave you is adorable. I can see right through it, of course. And so will Raphael. He's going to notice you nosing around his house. I hope you're ready to face a very angry devil.
Why don't you run off and tell him, Korrilla? You love tattling to Daddy, don't you?
Poor deluded Hope. She's stubborn. Raphael loves stubborn. If she'd just agreed to serve him, he'd probably have released her a long time ago. As things stand, she's his favorite toy. We're all mad here. But Hope in hell? Why, that's the definition of insanity. Raphael offered her the world. She didn't want it. He sweetened the deal. She said no. No matter how many times he upped the ante, she just laughed in his face. He didn't like that. Eventually, he took her by force, trapped her and swore he wouldn't let her go till she gave him what he wanted. Conversion. The stubborn ass has endured more torment than any soul should be able to. Even when he took all of her skin, she held on to hope. Raphael finds that puzzling. And he loves puzzles. You being here is another puzzle. You don't seem like you want to die. You want my advice? Enjoy whatever life remains to you. When Raphael catches you, you'll never enjoy anything again.
I see the Orphic Hammer has caught your eye. It really is a magnificent exhibit, wholly unique.
There it is. The Orphic Hammer, right within reach. A magical field surrounds the item, preventing you or anyone from touching it. You surmise it's controlled by a vocal component. Magic words.
This is not over. There is no lock that cannot be undone.
Before you can reach out, a compulsion in your head stops you. No, it seems to say. Nothing happens.
Always read the fine print. What's that?
Gauntlets of hill giant strength.